Join me as I challenge myself to experience life in South Africa through the eyes of a British person. Let's see how I adapt to the culture, food, and everything in between. I'm super excited to be sharing my experience of living in South Africa with you all. As a British person, I've always been fascinated by the idea of living in a different country, and South Africa has always been high up on my list. I've heard so many amazing things about the people, the culture, and the food, and I just can't wait to dive in and see what it's all about. When it comes to moving to or living in South Africa, I think there are a lot of misconceptions about what to expect. One of the biggest ones I've come across is the idea that South Africa is an unsafe country. Of course, like any place, there are areas that are safer than others, but from what I've experienced so far, the majority of people are super friendly and welcoming. Another challenge people might face is the cultural difference. Coming from the UK, I'm used to a very different way of life, and it can be tough to adjust to new customs and traditions. But, in my opinion, that's all part of the fun. I love learning about new cultures and immersing myself in them. It's amazing how much you can learn about yourself and your own biases when you're forced out of your comfort zone. Safety is definitely something that's been on my mind, especially as a solo female traveler. But, from what I've seen so far, the majority of South Africans are incredibly kind and helpful. Of course, you do need to take the usual precautions, but I don't feel any more unsafe here than I would in any other major city. The media also has a lot to answer for when it comes to shaping our perceptions of South Africa. I think a lot of people assume it's all about Mandela, apartheid, and safaris, but there's so much more to this country than that. From the stunning natural beauty to the vibrant cities, there's just so much to explore and discover. One of the things that's really surprised me about South Africa is the food. I was expecting a lot of bland, boring dishes, but oh man, the food here is amazing. From bobatie to boerewors, there's just so much flavor and variety. And the best part is, it's so affordable. I've been eating out almost every night, and it's hardly breaking the bank. The climate is another thing that's taken some getting used to. Coming from the UK, I'm used to rain, and more rain, so the sunshine here has been a real treat. But, it's definitely taken some time to adjust to the heat, especially in the summer months. I've had to learn to pace myself and drink loads of water to stay hydrated. South Africans are also super proud of their heritage, and rightly so. From the bright colors and patterns of the traditional clothing to the vibrant music and dance, there's just so much to learn and appreciate. And, one of the things that's really stood out to me is the sense of community. Everywhere I've been, people have been so welcoming and friendly, always eager to chat and share their stories. One of the most memorable experiences I've had so far has been attending a traditional South African braai. It was just such a fun and relaxed atmosphere, with loads of delicious food and great company. It really felt like I was part of the family, and it's experiences like that which make me feel like I'm really getting under the skin of this country. Another standout experience has been visiting the township of Soweto. It was just such an eye-opening experience, seeing the vibrant colors and energy of the township. And, the people were just so friendly and welcoming, always eager to share their stories and show me around. It was a really humbling experience, and one that I'll always treasure. One of the things that's really struck me about living in South Africa is the sense of resilience. Despite all the challenges this country has faced, the people are just so positive and optimistic, always looking to the future and striving to make a better life for themselves. It's really inspiring to see, and it's definitely something that I'll take back to the UK with me. As I reflect on my time in South Africa, I realize that it's not just about the food, the culture, or the climate, it's about the people. It's about the way they welcome you into their lives, the way they share their stories and their traditions with you, and the way they make you feel like you're part of the family. That's what's really made my experience here so special, and that's what I'll always treasure. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey, and I hope you've enjoyed hearing about my experiences of living in South Africa. If you've got any stories of your own about living in South Africa, or any questions about my experience, please do leave them in the comments below. And, if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to check out my channel for loads more travel and culture content.